welcome to today's love show. My name is Christie Ramirez. I'm your host today. This is a special show provided by the Spiritual Counseling TV network. You can check out more exclusive content here at christieramirez.com/TV. This is a free show today. I am gifting all of you with this beautiful content of love and of sacred knowledge, and so you can watch this, which you are probably already here, at my Soul Coaching TV channel, which is my YouTube channel. And today's show is gonna be so romantic. This is classic elegance. This is Paris, France is inspired here today, and even the atmosphere, the aesthetics of all these pink roses are speaking loudly of what kind of sacred love we want to attract. We want to attract something pure. We want to attract something that makes us feel beautiful. We want to attract something gentle, something compassionate. We want to attract a partner who is very sensitive to our emotional needs, right? That's what I feel when I feel the color pink. And you know, a little bit of a background as to why I'm also here talking about love. I have a master's in marriage and family therapy. I studied and I also worked in couples therapy for many years, and I am a lover of love. I just love love. I'm a hopeless romantic. I've done a lot of self-study over my years when it comes to how to build a perfect relationship, how to make love last, and have a marriage that will endure, because that's a lot of people's questions when they come either to therapy or just random friends. Everybody wants that partner next to them that is gonna be the one through all phases of life, because life is a journey, and this journey, my friends, is not linear. It's up and down. You go backwards sometimes only to go more steps forward, but that's life, right? Those are the challenges that life brings us, and we want a solid partner next to us who's gonna be there through the thick and thin, who's gonna be there through the highs and the lows, and are not gonna judge you by the current circumstances that you're facing, and they're not going to back out when things get difficult, because that's what a true partner will be. They have to be able to endure these tests along with you. They need to be truly genuine in their love and care for you, in that they love you because of who you are inside, which is your soul. It has nothing to do with external beauty, even though beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but it has nothing to do with level of attractiveness. It has nothing to do with what you have in the material world. It also has nothing to do with what you can give to them, because then that would be an imbalanced relationship, and that's a lot of the causes of codependency, of toxicity, of anything gone wrong in partnerships. And so today I want to talk about what are certain qualities that we want to attract in a partner. What are some green flags when it comes to knowing that this is the partner of your life, and how to know immediately at love at first sight, because this is something that should not be contemplated overly and over, because then that just tells you that there is doubt in your mind, and then that's not the person for you, right? True love, you should know at the moment. Your heart is going to tell you. Your heart beating faster than normal, your knees melting, your heart opening up for that person is going to tell you right away that it's safe to love. And that's the kind of partner that we want. We want someone who we can feel safe to be vulnerable, to be ourselves with, and to be completely free. That's the kind of love that is sacred, that is blessed, that is divine, and that is wanted by God. And so God is here going to illuminate us that love has hope. I know a lot in society right now, love is all over the place. A lot of people have lost the concept of what true love is and get confused with lust, with other levels and kinds of attractiveness, or even just a soulmate that is not necessarily the partner that is gonna be there when you need them. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. There are different kinds of love, and it just doesn't mean that one is right or one is wrong, but there are, I guess, boundaries when it comes to loves, right? Because there are loves in our life that show up in times perhaps when you need a pick-me-up, when you need someone to lift you up. And that's almost like, sounds angelic. It sounds like a helping friend, a helping hand. Those are soulmates. Those are people who come in and walk out like just how they came in immediately. They walk in and they walk out. And those are people that are more friendships. And if you're, again, is why I'm also educating you. Because if you are able to know this from the beginning, you are able to save yourself not only a lot of heartbreaks, but you're also able to earn yourself a lot of friendships in your life. Because let me tell you, when you cross that boundary of friends to lovers, there's just no going back, right? And you lose potential friendships that could have been there even when you are married and have your partner who is supposed to be with you, your life partner, your sacred partner, your other half. And you're able to have friends with you that are going to be able to help you even in your marriage. Because again, I'm not saying that just because you have that perfect partner next to you, that marriage life is going to be perfect. And that's again another conversation, but it's definitely in the books for this summer. But is why I want to again talk this topic today in today's love show. That's what it's going to be about. So let's just get started right away. So alright, so let's talk about these different kinds of love. So let's talk about these soulmates. These soulmates that come in and out of your life are there like a brother, right? Or like a sister if you're a male. And they are there to maybe offer companionship, or maybe they are passionate about something like you are, and maybe you have a lot in common. You get to spend time together, and a friendship is born out of that, whatever circumstance you're dealing in life. And this could be at any level in life as well, whether it's before or after meeting the person that is going to be your partner for life. If again you are also at this level of ascension, to be rewarded with this kind of love. So that's also part of today's topic, because it's not just something that is given without having necessarily earned your gold coins in heaven. So again, I am a soul coach, as I would like to present myself, and everything that I speak about, everything that I teach about in all my content, in all my soul coaching sessions, is in favor of God, is a voice for God and His angels. I am a light worker. I am working for the light and being the messenger. And so when you reach this level of ascension, meaning that you are a pure soul, you're doing good for humanity, you are being of service, you are selfless, and you are doing things that are from your higher self and not your ego. This is when you reach the status of ascension. This is when you start to be rewarded first with information, with revelations, with more enlightenment. And as a result of this enlightenment, you start to feel inspired to do collective light work mission for God, and you feel called to a higher purpose. And that's your calling in life, that's your true purpose. And that's when people start to wake up to what they're really meant to be doing on this planet, why they are alive, why they are here. And after having done a lot of this work, after having walked up these stairs of ascension, God sees that you need someone on your side to do the work with, right? And again, I said at the beginning that we all have this perfect match to us, to our DNA. It's like the Adam and Eve archetype from the Bible, which is they are the twin to their other soul, right? They are twin souls, Adam and Eve, because Eve was created from Adam. From Adam's ribs, God created Eve. And that is a huge lesson in the book of Genesis from the Bible, because that is definitely a metaphor for everything that I am trying to portray today. We all have another half to our soul. There's no exceptions. Now, if you're incarnated at the same time, that is up to God, and that is dependent as well on a lot of factors. Either A, you're highly ascended, that maybe it's almost your time to go back to heaven, and so maybe there is not enough time for you to meet that other half to your soul. And this applies to a lot of light workers who maybe have died young. And there's a lot of this, like in celebrities, you know, we see a lot of people who have made changes in this planet and then they left at an early age. But they were here for just that purpose. They were in and out, basically, right? And I think that they are the exception to this rule, because maybe they didn't need to be here for that long. So why meet the other half to your soul when they're not really going to be able to enjoy it, right? And if anything, it's more like a tease when that doesn't really feel good, right? In the human form. Because remember, even though you're human, we still are human and we have emotions. But part of this ascension challenge is being able to let go of human emotions and not let them get in the way of doing the work, of fulfilling your destiny, and letting fate play out as it should. And so that's where this other group comes in. Those who are doing the work, those who are slowly but surely climbing the ladder of ascension, those are the people, and who have still a long life to live, to do more collective work. There's other halves, other people who do light work and who are well into their older years, right? And these are usually people who could not have done it with a solid partner by their side, because we all need some sort of stability when life is very unstable, right? And life will always be unstable, because that is what change is. Change is constant, right? Change is constant. There is never going to be a day without change. And even inside the marriage, there's going to be change, right? And these are all adjustments that we have to undergo with each phase of life as we grow and evolve. And so these are the people that perhaps God sees that they need a partner, and maybe they are such a pure soul that they are deserving of someone as pure as them. And usually the other half to your soul will be just as pure, because it's an angelic union, right? If one of them is the complete opposite and not very angelic, or just it's a toxic connection, then chances are it's more of a lesson, and that's just not your other person, because that's not what God would have wanted for you. And God would have also not I guess incarnated each other at the same time if you were not ready for each other. You understand? So if you feel not ready, chances are that maybe either your other person is not ready either, and maybe you haven't crossed paths in this life yet, or maybe you're just not ready and maybe never will be, because maybe that's kind of like how your fate plays out and the contract that you signed before incarnating, that then maybe your other person is just not at the same time as you incarnated. So there are just different scenarios when it comes to this spiritual love concept. It's very rare to actually be consciously aware that you are each other's half and each other's twin soul. That's a very rare phenomenon, but it is possible, and it is a miracle. And that's why God is talking about this today, because miracles can happen. And I teach a lot about miracles in my School of Light. I am teaching A Course in Miracles right now, which is Jesus' teachings. And he teaches us a lot about faith. But more than that is when you live from love and you let go of any fear that is always born from the ego, your higher self will never ever throw you into fear or doubt. And if you are living from a place of doubt, then chances are that you're still needing to do a lot of soul work, a lot of evolving at a spiritual level. And that's okay, because we all start somewhere, even myself, right? I've done a lot of work over these past 3 to 4 years in my soul coaching brand as a soul coach, in my ascension process, and it's a never-ending journey. We're always growing up, but there is a level when you advance and reach this level of an advanced level basically, right? There's a beginner's, an intermediate, and an advanced level of ascension, you can say. And once you reach this advanced level, which is also very rare for a human, a regular human, to be so pure and really selfless enough to just give to the world, that they are graduated and are ascended to this level of advanced level in God's kingdom of heaven. That is also very rare, because as you see, society right now is all over the place, and it has always been, not just today in the modern era, even in the ancient times. Okay, there's always going to be a polarity, and that's just part of life. There's always a duality, right? Where there's good, there's evil. Where there is light, there is dark, and that's just part of life. But it's the side and the path that you choose that determines your fate and the rewards that you get along your life journey. And one of these gold coins that we earn is true spiritual love, and it's very rare again, but it's the best feeling ever. And it's gonna be like, it's like the best thing that you could have ever asked for, even compared to any personal achievements, because we also have, everybody as humans, at least the achievers out there, have their personal goals that they want to achieve, right? We have dreams, we have things and statuses that we want to achieve in our career. Those are personal achievements, we're going to call them. And God says that yes, those are important, because that is part of your purpose, right? It's part of also, if you are combining this with what your purpose is on this planet and your light work and your mission, then it is the first step before achieving something as great as sacred love. That's almost like the second step to it, because again, also part of a healthy dynamic in a relationship, which is what I learned in school when studying couples therapy, is making sure that you each have your passions, you each have your own personal accolades, you each have your own life and personality, right? Because you want to come together and bring something to the table, not take from each other. So that's also what's going to open the doors in heaven for you to be able to energetically manifest this into this life. You need to be at such a highly ascended place in your life that's so high vibrational. You are on mission, you're happy doing it, you're filled with joy and love, and you're giving to the people, you're being selfless, you're pure in your soul, and you are completely in God's grace. Then that is when you will attract an equally pure soul, and one that's also a energetic match to you. And that, my friends, is the kind of love that we all aspire, and I hope to inspire in all of you to want to reach, because that's the only kind of love that's really going to be fulfilling. I promise you. And whatever kind of other kind of relationships that we either settle for, because a lot of people settle for people as well because they think that either they don't deserve better, or they think that they will not find something better, right? Or they have self-worth issues, again tying in with not feeling that they deserve better. So they feel that maybe they deserve to be mistreated for some reason, or maybe they just don't think that they can have more for whatever reason. A lot of people settle for good when they know that they can have great, and that's a huge block and setback in your life, because that's of your own doing, not of God, right? And so in order to be able to attract great things in our life, we need to make room for that. We need to make space. We need to make shifts. We need to adjust. Perfect example, when setting up my room today, I had to make a lot of changes, a lot of adjustments. I did not bring necessarily anything newly purchased. It was just a sense of figuring out its placement and being able to make something beautiful out of what I already have. And knowing that I deserve better from whatever placements things were in like before, I said to myself, I deserve the best. I want to feel the best, and I want to see my place look the best that it can be. I want to see it to its fullest potential. And that's what I've been working on these past few days, is really making this place thrive and feel bright again, feel like it's its highest potential, so high vibrational. And that's exactly what I'm bringing to all of you today, sharing a little bit of this love and light with all of you, and hope for the future that if you are searching for love, or you're feeling lonely, or you feel that for whatever reason you're not going to find that perfect person for you, or you feel that God forgot you when it came to love, think again, my friend, because God is waiting for the perfect moment to reward you with your perfect love, your perfect romance, your perfect partner that's going to treasure you, cherish you, take care of you, and both of you are going to give to one another and are going to lift each other up and bring the best out of one another. That's how you also know that it is a healthy dynamic. But that's very important, right? Even though you might